Hey everyone, my name is Sean. Today is the 31st of March 2022, which means it is the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Season 3, and we have now started Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Season 4. So we're going to be looking at what are the best decks based on tournament data from Season 3. Before we look at the analysis, I want to point out to those who aren't aware that there are brand new cards coming out next week, and these have the potential to shake up the meta. It will be really exciting to see what these cards do, because it's always good to see new life put into the game, and so we'll see if people pick these up and whether they become popular. There are two brand new sets, Beyond Speed and Ruler's Mask, and in a nutshell, if I had to predict, I'm not expecting these archetypes that are introduced here to do a lot of crazy things to the meta. If there's anything that's going to make an impact, maybe Despia might do well because it's a good rogue strategy in the TCG. However, I'm not expecting crazy changes to the meta, but it'll be really good to see some healthy new life putting into the game. So we're going to start off with a quick recap of the beginning of Season 3 and what the format was like. For this data, I looked at a sample size of 34 different tournaments, and this is what I found. The best deck in the game was Tritron, and the top 5 decks following Tritron were Tri-Brigade Zodiac, L-Lich, Tri-Brigade Pure, Ignister, and Prank Kids. The best rogue decks in the game at the time were Thunder Dragon, Tri-Brigade Lyrilisk, Phantom Knights, Dragon Maid, and Virtual World, all doing very well. As you can see, the format was very diverse and very healthy, as people are experimenting with many different decks and many different archetypes playing in the game, which is really good to see at a competitive level. Things that I want to point out here is how many different variants Tri-Brigade has got. We have got Tri-Brigade Zodiac and Tri-Brigade Pure, and also Tri-Brigade Lyrilisk doing very well. And while these decks definitely play differently, there are many different ways to play the same deck. Even L-Lich had many different ways people are playing it, including things like L-Lich Grass Zombie, which is just there, or even things like Invoke L-Lich or L-Lich Zodiac. So people are really experimenting, which is a very good thing to see for a format. But if you didn't want to break these down into all these different decks, and we just wanted to look at archetypes, well, the format was looking a little bit like this, with Drytron still being the most dominant, followed by Tri-Brigade, because obviously when you put all these variants together, the Tri-Brigade does really well. L-Lich still in third, and then the rest still looking quite similar. Now, popularity plays a large role into the format, with Drytron being really popular. So, also followed by Tri-Brigade Zodiac, L-Lich, Tri-Brigade Pure. And if you can have a look at the popularity chart and the best decks chart, they're almost practically the same, which says there's a big correlation between which decks are being played most often to which ones are performing the most often. That being said, it doesn't mean you need to flock to the most popular decks, or at the start of Season 3 you didn't, to be really successful, as the decks that were seeing success in Season 3 or in Season 2 at the start of Season 3 were still quite varied and diverse. And so all of these decks in my sample data managed to win tournaments. And so we had Tritron having the biggest slice of the pie, followed by Tri-Brigade Zodiac. But then after that, it's very even. L-Lich had 2, Tri-Brigade Pure had 2, Ignister had 2 victories, Prank Kids 1, Thunder Dragons 2. It's still very diverse. This is a very healthy chart for a format where you can see lots of different decks performing very well. The question is, did this carry on into Season 3? And so at the start of Season 4, do we still have a very healthy format? Well, it looks a little bit like this. Oh, just to preface this before I turn over to the next sheet or next document, 34 tournament was the sample size for this analysis. For the next analysis, I looked at 51 different tournaments and compared the results, and this is what I found. The best decks in the game are still very similar to the previous format. Drytron still being number 1, definitely by far best deck in the game in my opinion. L-Lich then crept up to number 2. I thought this was really unique, as L-Lich has proven to be very consistent in the Master Duel format. Doing very well, as it's pushing beyond Tri-Brigade. Now, the first big thing that surprised me was the drop of Tri-Brigade Zodiac. Tri-Brigade Zodiac is not performing, or just is nowhere near as popular as Tri-Brigade Pure is anymore. People are choosing to focus on not doing the Zodiac monsters and focus on things like Rescue Cat, along with Sky Cavalry Centuria, going into Downer Magician, or there's an Xyz Cat monster that I think Mannequin Cat is called, can't remember, but people are focus less on XE monsters, sorry hitting the mic there, and then going more onto Link monsters as they are compared to, say, playing Tribe Against Zodiac. It's still around, but definitely nowhere near as popular as it was in the previous format. And then we have some new competitors that are rising up in the ranks. Invoke Shadow really surprised me this format, and it is performing very, very well. I am seeing a lot of people play 60 card Shadows with cards like the Grass is Greener to throw just bunches of their Shadow monsters into the graveyard, and then use as resources with the Invoke engine to summon out El Shadow Construct and El Shadow Winder, so you set up like a semi-soft lock against your opponent that stops your opponent from summoning too many monsters throughout a single turn when they go first. And going second, the deck does really, really well too. So Invoke Shadow really doing very, very well. And another deck that's creeping up the ladder as well is Phantom Knight. Phantom Knight has been very successful this format. It's got the level 3 engine is very, very powerful right now. You've not only got Phantom Knights, but you've got Burning Abyss monsters, you've got Speedroid monsters, you've also got some other Psychic monsters, Jumper monsters I think they're called. I'm sorry, my name's gone blank on them, but there's a lot of good level 3 engines right now, and Phantom Knights can take advantage of that because they can use those to link climb or rank climb quite easily into their bigger negate monsters. So it's really, really good to see that deck doing well. Ignis is still going strong, followed by Virtual World. Prank Kids still hanging on in there, and then the format kind of dwindles down into different varieties. There are some really unique stuff here. Predaplant managed to sneak into the format, which was good. Magical Musketeers did well. Spirals did really well. Spirals I was really excited to see. I think Spirals should be doing a lot better than they are, but maybe they're not too popular right now, but it's good to see them in the format. Danger Sekka being really good, where people are playing Sekka's Light and just playing a bunch of rank 8 monsters. Where's Danger Sekka? There it is. And so yeah, there are some new decks coming into the format compared to before, so format still looks really good. In terms of popularity, the chart still looks quite the same. Drytron by far is the most popular deck, followed by Eldritch now, with Tribe Against Zodiac, Invoke Shadow, Phantom Knights. And as I said earlier, what's being popular is what's succeeding quite well, in a nutshell. If we look at decks that manage to get tournament wins, so it's not just on top popularity, well, Drytron is still dominant along with Eldritch and Tribe Against Zodiac, but then we still got quite a variety of decks that have managed to win. Autogeist managed to win a tournament, which was insane to me. I was like, wow, did people in that tournament just not know how to beat Autogeist? Because seeing Autogeist win a tournament is very, very surprising to me. Dragon Maid's in there really well. Spirals, they managed to win a tournament. Black Wings managed to win a tournament, which was really, really cool to see. So there's a lot of good variety in the format. And then in terms of best archetypes, if we group them together, Drytron up there. Tri-Brigade becomes in second because you put the Lyrilisk archetypes with the Zodiac archetype, with the Pure archetype, then yeah, it's definitely succeeded. If you were to group it like that, it's the second best deck in the game. But if you break it down into what the decks actually are, it's dropping down significantly. Eldritch hanging on in there, Shadow's doing well, PK's doing great, and then other PK's doing great. So yeah, that is what the format is looking like going into Season 4. What are you guys playing in the current format? It'll be really good to know. Feel free to stay tuned to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Over the next couple of days, I will be doing lists on the best cards of the previous format, looking at the best hand traps, board breakers, and tech cards that people were choosing to play, and that you know to chase when you are building your deck. Then I will also be doing videos showing you off the deck list of some of the most popular decks as I save them all. And so if you want to see those and you want to be able to adapt them and use them to kind of inspire your own creativity in deck building, well then stay tuned to the channel as I'll have videos on those. It's now season 4, my apologies, season 4. I'm going to go and grind and go get my platinum. I'll see you soon. Take care.